Oops. And we're live.
Whoa.
Welcome to the Lift Heavy Run Long podcast, episode number, I think it's 195.
195.
My name is Wilson Horrell, one of your hosts. I am joined with the Reverend Mr. Vaughn Rawls
Hey.
and Big Thirsty Brian Swanson.
What up, yo?
How is everyone?
I feel like someone's missing.
My lovely wife is busy doing other things that are more productive
She's
than
adulting
this.
for other people.
Hopefully she'll be coming through that door any second, because I certainly don't feel, it feels unnatural being here without her. If she's listening, although I think she has better things to do with her time. I know she does, as a matter of fact. It'd be nice if she could hurry it up.
It's been a minute, right? I mean, it's been a couple weeks.
It's been a month.
A month?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, if we miss an episode, we miss a month.
Oh, that makes sense. That's not me, I don't think.
Quiet on the set.
Quiet on the set. We don't need any noise from the
Is that
gallery.
your phone?
It was not me.
It's mine, but I turned the volume down.
Is it yours?
There it is. The volume is down. It was me.
That
I'm
phone
sorry.
is garbage, man. It's
It
straight
doesn't
garbage.
work.
It just creates
Like, it doesn't.
problems.
Anybody who thinks they need anything other than an iPhone, something has to be wrong with you.
It has really weaved itself into the social fabric of everything that you do.
It really has.
You know, I got on a group text with you and Womahawk, which I really wanted to enjoy, but every time I sent a message, it would say that
It
it
had to
couldn't
be
go
a
through.
green text.
Yeah.
It couldn't be the blue. You couldn't get a blue.
It wasn't even offering me that.
Yeah. I don't. There are so many little things that throw me off, and I'll get so angry about it, and I can't.
So many things that throw you off about the way Apple has intentionally created a closed ecosystem.
Yes,
That
absolutely.
doesn't support.
Especially because I got so
technologies.
used to that ecosystem. Like, I want to literally just send a picture from my phone to my PC, and I cannot do it.
Mm-hmm.
I have to email that picture to myself.
Yeah. You could also
Like, I
email a credit card number to Apple and buy a new phone,
I probably could.
is what you need to do.
You know, something like that. I'm like, I don't know. What do you do, Brian? You probably don't ever take pictures of yourself like an idiot like me does. But if you try to send that picture to your computer,
I have Dropbox installed on my phone, so it automatically backs up all my photos, and it just shows up in Dropbox. I don't have to do anything else.
that's not consistent, though. I don't.
How many friends do you have in Dropbox?
Friends.
What's the point in sending a picture to Dropbox? Dropbox can send you an email and say,
Well,
"You
to
look
be
great."
fair, I will say Brian has never missed a text message from me, and he has a
Samsung. device.
Samsung device as well.
Well, that's great.
So,
You and Thirsty can keep in touch with each other.
I'm learning to live with it. It's just, man, every couple of days I'll get down some rabbit hole where my phone will not talk to my PC. You can do the phone connected to your Microsoft computer. They have an app, and I can text back and forth, but some days it just won't connect. It'd be like, connect your phone to the same Wi-Fi that your computer's connected to. And I'm
Are
like,
you
well,
using, are you using the
guess
My
what?
Phone app, or are you using the Dex app?
My phone. I don't know what the other thing you said.
Samsung has an app called Dex that
Well,
allows
this-
you to basically control the phone from a PC.
Well, is
But
that-
even
is that
using that
DEX
app,
and-
doesn't that feel a little bit like kissing your wife through the plexiglass at jail? I mean, you're still like, it's not the real thing.
It's not.
You're still being held
look,
back. You're not. There's no
I
freedom
mean, do
in your
you
life.
like oranges, or would you rather eat an apple?
I just.
What do you want? Tell me what you want.
I want to
have.
go and have a Mac, and I want to have an iPhone again. That's what I want.
Okay. Well, let's do
But,
that.
you
Maybe
know,
someday you'll work for
someday
a company that
I will.
appreciates you less.
Oh, that's
And,
this is,
Well, the Mac is a company thing. correct? But the phone is not.
Well, I feel like now looking back on it, I could have done whatever I wanted to. But I thought at the time, I was like, well, if everyone uses Windows at the company,
Oh,
like
man.
maybe I
Yeah.
should do that too.
Yeah.
But because of the way it was presented to me, I was like, well, they were like, if you want Mac and stuff, we can talk about it. But here's the
So
suggested thing.
how many times did you quit CrossFit after you started, like in the first couple months? Did you quit and go back to being sedentary and not doing anything?
I
at all?
never did.
Okay, so why
I
would
don't
you
think-
quit now that you're out of your comfort zone with technology?
I haven't quit. I haven't quit, but that doesn't mean I can't say that wad really sucks. and I hate this shit every single day. Like what? Like I can do
That's a
that,
fair point. Yeah.
but I'll still show up and do it. And I might end up smarter for it. Who knows?
Let's not go too far.
Well, I just want to be like you. Really, is what the.
Hey, what is this thing we're doing here?
This podcast?
Yeah,
I don't know. What do you think it should? Is it not what you want it to be?
What?
I don't know. It's been so long since we've done it. I just don't remember what we're supposed to do here anymore.
Well, the first thing is get everybody together, which we almost did.
We almost-
Minus Amanda, which
Yep.
is just not.
Which is why we're already off the rails and talking about technology, right?
That doesn't have anything to do with it. It never goes with any sort of flow.
This is true.
It's always been a disaster. Speaking of disasters, have you watched Mississippi State play football lately?
I haven't.
Oh man, it's bad, dude.
This is such an interesting year. It's funny. Well, 2 points. Like it cracks me up. Like in the SEC, how many weird upsets there have been, and it's because teams are playing teams. I mean, SEC playing SEC teams, but they're playing a team that they wouldn't have been scheduled against this year. Who did Mississippi State beat?
No, we have not.
Oh, my
We
bad.
beat LSU in week 1.
Well, yeah, no, okay, that's what I was LSU, but they were pretty highly ranked going into.
Yeah, they were like number 4.
Yeah, and so that was a big deal. And then Arkansas beat
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State, which
To
was
break
which was a big deal.
It broke their record of over 2 years without an SEC win.
Wow.
And the last team that they had beat was the other Mississippi school, Ole Miss, in like 4 overtime.
Well, did you see the story today where someone at Ole Miss got hurt really
Yeah,
bad today?
I did. That is so scary.
Yeah, and he's unconscious or something along
He
those lines.
can't move and can't. I don't know. I just heard Jackson told me, or my wife told me
Yeah.
before I left the house.
That's crazy.
Yep. I was, I was keeping up with Lane Kiffin had retweeted a couple things, and all of them were. I saw the original tweet, and then I saw a couple retweets, and both of them looked like the feel I got was that they were getting more positive as opposed to like hold more tightly. But I don't know what that means. But it's such a scary thing, man. So hopefully he's okay.
Yeah. We did Big Hill Walking Pond. Big Hill Pond Walking Pond.
Did you walk the pond?
And
Are
it was
you
incredible.
Jesus?
That's
Why are you Jesus?
that's the best. That's the best event
Big
of
Hill
the year.
Walking Pond. I'm going to say that every time.
Big
now.
Pond Walking Hill.
Big Pond Walking Hill. Me run. Big Hill Pond Walking.
That's the best event of the year. I think it is. I really do. Everybody's there.
It was so much fun.
It was so much fun. I can't remember if I tore my calf, which has been a problem and continues to be a problem. But the week before, and I thought, well, crap, this sucks. And then I worked the aid station, and it was great. That was so much fun working there. My only responsibility was to stand there with a notepad and take down the numbers of the runners that came by.
Okay.
According to my records, there's still like a dozen runners out there on the trail. And I kept thinking, surely to gods, there's not going to be an issue that comes up where somebody really needs like my information in order to, be safe. Because you can't give, you start talking to people and then you're like, oh man, who was it? Oh, they'll be fine.
Right.
And then you don't want to call up to them when they're crawling up this hill with a rope and be like, what was your number?
Right.
Hey, man, come back down here real quick.
Turn around.
I got to ask you a question.
wait. You volunteered at an aid station.
2 now.
Oh,
This is
wow.
That's two
This
of
is
'em.
gonna keep
Wow.
him going for like at least
Yeah,
another
right.
year or two.
Selfless.
Man.
There's a term for it. I don't know what it is.
Awesome.
Yeah, just awesome.
That's what it is.
And you did the 25K,
I did the 25K versus the 50K.
and you felt great.
Man, I felt so good. My wife says this because I'm actually training for running now.
That makes a difference.
And
It's
what they
crazy how
say.
that makes a difference.
I think it really does make a difference. You know, and the coach said no time goal. Right, like you go and you feel good this entire race. Like go and relax and run it and have a good time. Because I'm training for the St. Jude stuff, and I'm like throwing at him. I'm like, well, I'm also going to go do this 15K or 25K like now,
Right.
like here in a couple of weeks. And he's like, okay, well, if I can't talk you out of doing that race, do it and just go have fun. And that's exactly what I did. You know, and it was fantastic.
I feel like you generally do better when you don't have this like pressure on yourself for like some time. Like you don't set some expectation for yourself about like,
for sure.
I got to beat 7 hours or whatever goal you might set. For yourself.
And then that's funny because that is definitely true because that first marathon I ever ran was like a 3-hour 50 marathon, and I could never beat it. And I was like,
Right.
I could never beat it until the one year I took my watch off and said, screw it, I'm leaving my Garmin at home, and I'm just going to run this thing and see how it goes. And I ran 347,
Oh, wow.
343, whatever it was. And it was like I finally beat the 3 hours and 50 minutes because I left my damn watch at home and I wasn't looking at it the whole time.
That's interesting.
Yeah. If I'm just having a good time, there's like the less things that can get into my head, the better.
I could see that.
Yeah.
How are you liking being non-Garmin?
It gets better every time.
Like you're working on it.
Is this like being non-Apple?
That's what I'm thinking. This kind of this secondhand Vaughn is trying to convince himself.
This
that,
is exact. You are exactly right. I am trying to convince myself. Listen, you've
he's
got
got fake Jordans on. And,
listen, these are Nikes. Listen, Apple and Garmin are.
his gold stud earring isn't even real gold.
They're at I got a gold tooth. I just haven't showed it to you yet. Apple and Garmin are top of their field. I mean, they are. Nobody does it like they do. User experience wise, that is the gold standard.
Right.
You know, you're not going to get at that user experience from Microsoft or Chorus, but it's not going to cost. It's going to cost you half the cost.
I'll pay.
Right. So if you want to pay for this watch was $300. If I wanted to pay $600 or $800, I could have got what Brian's got on his arm. Right. But essentially it does the same damn thing. I just can't stop my run. When I get done with the run, it's like it is not when I finish.
It does the same thing. It just doesn't stop.
When I finish a run, I have to go through this whole process that every single time it's like sending an image to my computer. I'm like, oh, why can I not just hit a pause? Why can't I hit just a pause and stop? Like, I'm done here.
You get it.
This one I have to
In the middle, and on marathon mile 25 and a half is when he starts stopping the watch
right.
so that it actually finishes at the finish line.
I have to plan ahead. First, I have to unlock the watch, right? We'll go through this process. I have to unlock the watch, which involves pushing one of the two buttons that are on there. I hold it down for a certain amount of time. The watch unlocks. Then I can press that button again to go back to the time. Then I can press the button to pause the run. Then I have to scroll through a menu that says, do I want to finish or do I want to continue? Or I pause the run, and then I have another menu and I go, okay, do I want to finish, scroll to finish? If I scroll the wrong way, I have to scroll back down. Then I have to hold the button in and watch this little thing go all the way around. So it
man.
goes. So I hold the button in, and it goes.
It's like
all
this
the
is
way.
like the hold to confirm you actually want to stop and save this.
Do you
run.
really want to stop your watch? Well, hold the button down. It goes all the way around, and once it fills up, your run is done, and that's it.
Right.
Right. But with the Garmin, you just hit a button, and it's like my run's done.
Right, the way it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
so
You've got to
the good-
calculate your miles
But
per hour.
I could have spent $300 more and not ever had to do that again. Like,
Vaughn goes home after each run and is like, if the train left the station at 3, I was out there for 20 minutes, and I did.
Well, I finished the 5K in 25 minutes, but technically I stopped. I
I've
started
been there
messing
for-
with my
I've been
watch
there
at
for 5
23
minutes.
minutes, so I really ran a 23-minute 5K.
Yeah, the good thing is what you're talking about is all software, and so hopefully over time they're a new company, right?
Yeah, I
And
believe
so
so.
they'll improve their software, and the experience will get better. And
But there are things I like about them. You know, I can make the workouts are real easy to make workouts. Like if I want to do like a 10 rounds of 1 minute on, 1 minute off, so much a warm up, so much a cool down. It's real easy to do all that. And it
So, I
works
mean, if
really
you
well.
want to do that, all you have to do is go and fire up your Windows computer that takes about 20, 30 minutes to get started.
I have to
and then go online and do it from there because you can't do it on your watch.
No, another downside is you can't use the computer or your watch at all.
Not to focus on the negative.
Everything has to be done from the app. So you can't do anything on your phone, on your watch. You have to do it from your app.
Right.
So
there's something to be said for that as well, though. It makes it require less hardware.
Garmin will get hacked, and you can't use your watch, and I can still use mine.
That's true.
So
yep, there's a point there.
that's, You know,
Yeah, I lost those 1,000 miles that I ran that month that Garmin was down.
You were doing great.
I was.
I know. You did really well during that.
I ran 100 miles in October.
I saw that. Good for you.
I saw your post that it was like, I ran 100 miles this month, and it was November 1st.
Right. And then I forgot. I was like, wait, I mean in October.
That's good, man.
No, that's seriously good.
Yeah. And I feel good, so things are working.
How many days a week you running?
Let's see. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. 4.
What kind of mileage does your Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday look like?
40 minutes.
Cool.
40 to 45 minutes.
And then your weekend?
It varies because what my plan is. So my plan is to go do the St. Jude Marathon on the 5th, the half marathon the day before that, etc. And so he's got races. So I ran 14 this weekend. I'll do 16 next weekend, 18 the following weekend, 20 the weekend after that, and then 8 the weekend before the marathon. And then that week I'll do the 5K, 10K, half marathon, and marathon 4 days in a row.
Cool.
And then we'll start training for Sylamore.
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 I don't want to get off walking Big Hill Pond. Just
I don't
yet.
either yet. I can't say how much I enjoyed that race. Like it was so much fun. And I don't know if
It's always a well-run race.
I don't know if it's because we just know everybody and we know a lot of people, but it was an enjoyable run. Like the weather was good, the trail was good. It's a fun run.
Granted, there's probably some bias there because we are good friends with the RDs, but that is a really amazing race. Like, not to mention the world's greatest aid station, but like burritos afterwards, and like
Free beer.
Well,
Like,
I think that it's put on so well that you can't quite put your finger on what's so good about it. I think that
Right.
between Brian Williams and Sean Hillsden, that they do such a good job of covering all the bases that you never have time to look back and say, and kind of point out what wasn't nice about it.
And let's
because
forget-
it's just a seamless experience.
Yeah.
And let's
Seamless
forget
is a
about
good
all
word.
the time that they put in throughout the year, making sure that the
Yeah.
trail is up to snuff for anybody to run on it at any time, let alone for them to do a race there once a year.
I tell you what, that's a lot of damn work, man.
Seriously.
I mean, if with Brian being as responsible as he is in coordinating things, and Sean and his Eagle Scout ability to have
very
everything
thorough,
packed
like
and
you said. He's
thorough
an
and ready
engineer.
and prepared. And, that could go, there's a lot of things that could go wrong that we don't get to see go wrong at that
Right.
event.
It
It
goes
would be
very well.
interesting to bring them back on and get them to talk about the behind the scenes, like what didn't go according to plan.
Yeah.
Because I believe also that they've got like an A, B, C, and D plan for pretty much anything and everything that goes on. And while it may not go always on the A plan, they always knew what they were going to do if the A plan didn't work.
Speaking of A plans, she just arrived.
Jacked and Tan.
Since you're up, I'm going to go get something from the race. I can't believe I don't already have it.
You're gonna do what? The medals, the axe handles are the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Like I brought my axe handle home and hung it on the wall, and I was like, man, that looks so damn cool.
I don't want to get off of Walking Tall too far, but speaking of hanging stuff on the wall, I love you hanging all of Murphy's art lately.
I did.
That's
Is
very
that cool or what?
Yeah. She's pretty talented.
Yeah, she's been going to art like every week for a while now.
Yeah.
And like she'll bring stuff home, and we've just got stacks of stuff. And I told Holly, I was like, we need to frame some of this, and I'm going to take it home, take it to work, and hang it up in my office. But now we don't do office and work anymore, so I just decided, hey, I'll just hang them up here.
Well, she's done a really good job. They're really cool.
Yeah, she's really good. She's the creative one for sure. Cobra Kai.
Sean had these made.
That is so cool. When I saw
Do I
them,
have to?
when I was running past them on the trail, I was like, Wilson has something to do with this. I don't know how he was involved, but
That was Sean's gift to me. He told me he had a gift. He was really excited about giving it to me. I think Sean and I are on the same level as far as when we get excited about things, that it's all we can do to either not tell someone and not vomit. And he was really excited about those signs.
Wait a minute. I have to... Because talking about Cobra Kai, there was some show that I was like, we can't even be friends if you're not watching it yet.
uh-oh.
And the only thing that comes to mind is the Mandalorian show on Disney Plus.
I haven't watched any of that.
Ooh.
I'm not opposed to it. I just haven't.
Are you a Star Wars fan at all?
I like Star Wars from when I was a kid, but I don't keep up with Star Wars.
So, do you know who John
Claude
Favreau?
Van Damme?
Jean Favreau. I don't even know if I'm saying his last name right.
No.
He plays the chauffeur in Iron Man, and then he becomes the security guy. He's also I'm gonna have to pull up a picture. You don't have any idea who I'm talking about.
No.
So he's a huge nerd, comic book nerd, sci-fi nerd, all the things. Okay, and so he actually
On the show?
in general, in real
In
life,
life.
he is that nerd. He is a lot of the reason why the Marvel movies are as good as they are, because like he knew what the nerds wanted to see to love the movie and help to make those movies. Well, he's the one that's executive producing and then directing some of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And so
He's the guy. Did you watch Spider-Man Homecoming? You watch any of the Spider-Man movies?
anyways, I'm trying to think of the older cult stuff that he was in. Anyways, because he's involved in the Mandalorian, like there's just a lot of little. But you have to be a big like Star Wars nerd to probably appreciate some of them. But he just does a lot of things to make sure the Star Wars nerds are engaged over and above. Like this is just a sci-fi space show kind of thing.
He should have done all of the recent movies.
Did I see that you watched The Shining?
Yeah, I love The Shining. Yeah,
That's a scary movie, man.
love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies. That's a really freaking good movie, man. I think. It's scary, no doubt.
It is scary. Like,
Yeah.
is it scary? Like, what's those movies where the guy takes the people and puts them in the warehouse and they have to go through the different phases of stuff to get out?
I don't know that movie.
Blade?
No.
or Saw or whatever.
Saw.
Saw, yes.
That's
Is it like
I
Saw
don't- I've never
stuff, or
seen
is it
Saw.
like straight up just scary, like boo stuff? Because I can handle Saw. Saw's awesome, but I can't handle like
There's these two little girls in there that
ghost
have
jumping.
messed me up for
Yeah.
a lifetime.
Wilson to this day is scared of twins.
I am. I'm scared that they're sitting at the edge of the pond. When I pull up at home on the levee, it's just I'll start thinking about them, and
It's-
I'll run.
It's one of the few movies that is legitimately a scary movie.
Yeah.
Like you watch it and you go, "Holy shit, I'm scared. I'm scared right now." Like I can watch the Chainsaw Massacre and probably Saw and just like
Yeah.
I watched another movie on Halloween that my son wants to watch, and I was like, "Well, I don't know that you can watch it. It's rated R. I'm gonna go watch it, and I'll see." And so I watch it. It's called The Conjuring.
Oh god, that's so scary. The commercials are scary.
It scared the crap out of me.
You watched it by yourself?
Yeah, with the lights off.
No.
Do you really?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
And
That's
nobody was home.
Oh,
And
man, no way.
I was like, I'm legitimately scared right now. Like and I told Jackson, I was like, dude, you can watch that movie because it's on AMC and it's edited, so they cut out the curse words and there was no bad stuff in it, but it was still. I said, dude, it scared the crap out of me. You're going to watch it. It's going to scare you to death.
Did he watch it?
No, I don't think he's watched
Golly,
it.
just the previews of that thing were just so disturbing.
It is
I wouldn't watch it just because
like,
the name. The name is enough.
The scary part about it is it's like it's based on a true story.
I don't like that stuff.
And so at the beginning of it, they're like demons and all this stuff are real. You just have to choose to believe in them or whatever. It's based on this whole true story. And it just makes it a whole other level of scary.
Yeah.
You know?
Y'all,
And
I watched The Exorcism of Emily Rose when that came out.
I haven't seen that either.
And it's based on a true story. No, thank you. I couldn't
just
sleep
do
for
not.
like 3 months. I lived in my apartment by myself. I slept with all the lights on. I constantly looked down at the floor because there's this one scene where she's all contorted and stuff. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
y'all.
Yeah.
There's been a couple shows that Katie and I have watched in the last few months. Hopefully she'll chime in here eventually. That like we had to decide like we can't watch this before we go to bed. And it's not like I'm scared watching it, but it gives me weird, scary dreams. Like but I don't watch. I'll watch suspenseful movies. I don't like horror. I don't like I don't like fear for the sake of fear's sake.
Yeah.
Like I just don't enjoy that at all.
I do not like gory stuff. So, like, if it's going to be like chainsaw cutting a dude in half and blood squirting everywhere and really nasty, gory horror, I am not into that at all. But I love the demon stuff, like the.
But that quick scene of the twins when they're all cut up in The Shining.
It's not the same.
It's the
not-
scariest scene.
Yeah.
A group of us got together and we took acid and watched The Shining. I have not been right ever since. I wasn't.
That's what's wrong with you today?
I don't think The Shining has anything to do with it.
There's some parts of me that just never came back down. There's so much going on in that movie that I don't even have time or the memory to tell you
I
what
just
all.
will not watch that stuff.
Oh, man.
I'm trying to. So I went to. I think it was either last Halloween or the Halloween before. I think it was last Halloween. Had a friend invite us over for a movie night. Like they set up the big screen, like a projector outside, and they were having kids out there. And I was like, okay. Well, we watched like a kids cartoon that was like 30 minutes long, and then they sent the kids inside, and we watched what's it called, Us.
This Is Us.
Is that what the movie's called? This Is Us
thought
is the
that's a
show.
TV
Oh,
show.
that's a show.
It's about this
Stephen King. Is it Stephen King?
No,
thing?
it's
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
no, it's Jordan Jordan Peele. Is he
Them.
the one that does all the horror stuff? Key and Peele, the two comedians.
Oh, yeah.
One of the non-tall one is actually like really into horror, and he does a lot of amazing horror stuff.
Yeah, Us. It's
Us. It's just called Us.
Yeah.
And so effectively, like this family is like out in the woods at like a lake house, and these clones show up. and try to kill them to take over their lives. And anyways, I'm not giving away too much by saying that much, but it just scared the crap out of me.
You got 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think there's a type. There's a type of person that will watch a scary movie by themselves, and then there's a type that will not. And I will not. Not even I watched The Purge by myself, and that was really
The Purge is
crazy.
pretty good. Is that a horror movie?
No, but it's scary. I mean, it's creepy.
The Purge? Is that on
that's
Halloween
more
where they lock
suspenseful.
down the
Yeah,
house?
yeah.
I like that one.
I like the idea of it, except for the one, the one where, what was the last one where they had the people driving around dressed up like Harley Quinn or whatever, and they were like, I don't know, the first one was really good, but the later ones, I think they went into like 3 or 4 other ones.
They did go into a lot.
And
Now
I
you're
watched-
saying
I watched
you
the-
like the idea of it, like there's a solution there.
Yeah.
Like you think
Absolutely.
with everything
this
going
is the way
on,
we call the herd.
there may be
I like
there
it.
may be something to it.
Things like that intrigue me. Like when you think about The Walking Dead, when the very beginning of episode 1 of Walking Dead season 1, where the city is just empty and blown apart, and everybody's just on their own. I like those kinds of ideas. I love watching stuff like that.
Well, y'all
Yeah.
like Black Mirror, and that scares me
I
too
love
bad.
Black
but
Mirror.
that's so close to reality that scares me.
Yeah,
that I can't.
And I think
a
that's
little too
part of
close,
it.
right?
I mean, it's very thought provoking. Like, oh God, no, we're almost there with that technology, and it just freaks me out so bad that I can only handle like one a month.
I did the upload. You told me about that, right?
Well, did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy
It's
it. Yeah.
it's cheesy humor or whatever. You didn't.
I didn't
like
care
it?
for it. I couldn't get
Okay.
into
But
it.
you didn't love it. I could tell by the way you said that because Thirsty's your friend. You wanted to say that.
I mean, I didn't love
If it was me, you
No,
would have been
it
like,
was-
no, it was stupid.
No, I don't know. It was good. It was okay. I like it. I like the idea of it.
That was very early pandemic for me, so I don't want to be judged on what I watched.
No, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad at all. I think
No, yeah, I'm not saying I would sit down and watch it again or anything like that, but we enjoyed the first season of it. It
Yeah.
was interesting.
What'd you think about it, Wilson?
Like it makes you think, but I didn't think it was very well put together. It was a little bit.
Would you put yourself in that thing? Like when she is when he's about to die and she's like, "Oh, honey, you got to get uploaded." Like what did you think? Like, would you do that? Would you be like, "Yeah, I want to go in that
Yeah,
thing"?
for sure.
You
I'd
know?
go in it now.
Before
Assuming
you
that
die.
Amanda would put money in my commissary or whatever they.
That's
You don't want to go.
that's-
You don't want to go into the
Yeah,
free.
that's the crazy thing.
Yeah,
free
in there
plan.
in the basement.
the 1 gig plan or whatever
Yeah.
it was called.
Like she's like, I don't think you're going to be able to buy that today. You're like, well, I just want to go play a game of tennis.
No, you're gonna lay there on the white floor in the
I don't-
white room
I don't like tennis.
and think about things.
You're not supposed to be eating donuts.
Oh man,
Can I tell you the scariest thing that I saw this weekend?
sure.
I found out that my girlfriend knows how to fold a fitted sheet.
Whoa, she needs
don't-
to come over and teach me.
I don't even know what that means.
I've YouTubed
I
it.
saw the tweet and I was like, I'm too dumb for this tweet.
I've YouTubed it and got close, but
There's just nobody knows how to fold a fitted. Nobody knows how to fold a fitted sheet. So you must be a serial killer if you know how to.
Is there a real process? I'm assuming
there
to that?
is.
No, yeah, it's-
Yeah, I've
'Cause
YouTubed it.
a normal sheet, you just corner. You fold. You just keep folding the corners together, right? Well, with the fitted sheet, there's no corners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to
Oh,
like
I
tuck
see.
in the
I see
the
where you're
scrunched
going now.
part and then
It's
meet
that-
those as corners.
You need to Google. Oh God, I lost it. There's a funny meme. I actually posted it on Twitter because my mom was like, "I could have taught you that." Of the cat folding. It's just like
to just for everyone else that's dumb like me, I just made the connection. A fitted sheet is the one that has the rounded corners with the elastic stuff.
That's
and
right.
it goes down on the mattress. It makes-
There's nobody else that needed that. Like, thank you for that explanation, but there's not a single.
I don't
listener.
believe
Hey Vaughn, it's like NASCAR. Just catch it on the next lap. It went over his head the first time. Just catch
Somewhere there's a guy on the couch that's like, oh, yeah, thanks, Bob.
The funny thing about that is I saw the tweet like 4 days ago. I was like, a fitted sheet. Like a fitted sheet, I was thinking like it was like a folded thing like in the army. Like when you make your bed, it's like a sheet the way you fold the sheet.
And we know Vaughn does not make the bed at home.
Well, even when you make your bed, you don't mess with that thing, that fitted sheet.
I mean, when you
just
do the
kinda
laundry.
stays on the-
Amanda changes the bed sheets more than any person that I've ever met.
Because she's a doctor and knows better.
I just don't like laying him on like dead skin cells and filth. It's just you can think about it loading
And that's
up
her
on the
nice
bed.
way of not blaming it on you.
I don't like washing sheets.
Anyway, we have nice fresh sheets for tonight, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Well, there you go.
Oh, I don't think there's anything better than getting into a.
It is nice. It really is
bed that's
nice.
got fresh sheets on it.
Yeah. But, I think there's something to be said for somebody that changes their sheets. I think that's one of the things. If you change your sheets and you own an umbrella and...
Are you
what
gonna
else
make
is
fun
there?
of me?
No. I'm just saying that there's a...
Those are people that have their lives together.
People that have their lives together are people that decorate for holidays, people that own an umbrella, and people that wash their sheets, more than twice a year.
How often do you switch towels?
About every 3. Depending on the towel, about every 3 showers.
You use the same towel for 3 showers?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did too.
How often do you change your towel?
I use a new towel every time.
Do you?
Oh, you can
Yeah.
tell he doesn't do laundry.
No, I do not. My wife does all of it. My wife does everything. Like I
You
do
fling
nothing.
that shit on the carpet too, don't you? Just like
No, sir.
Holly,
I
pick
do
that
not. I
stuff
do
up.
not. Jackson does. I do not.
Jackson, take that thing in there and give it to Holly. Give it to your mom. Tell
We'll
her to
hang
wash
ours
it.
up to like
No, I
dry
didn't mean
well.
I give it to my son. Son, I'm done showering. Come in here and get my towel.
Just butt naked. Take my shower. Take my towel.
Take my towel and throw it on the floor so your mother can pick it up. Father is done showering.
Yeah, we do. I do. We have some, pretty janky towels that are only good for 1 or 2, and then
We need. I was just thinking. I was actually telling off this morning. Like, I need to ask my parents for towels for Christmas.
That's a great idea.
And just get some nice
You
fresh
ever-
towels and trash our old 900,000-year-old towels.
Do you ever
We
get,
have a lot of different sets.
We sure do.
you ever get out of the shower and the towel's like really thin and you're like, this towel sucks.
Yes.
Yeah,
Or maybe it has a hole in it or something.
a lot. Yeah, we have a lot of crappy towels.
I like the big body towels. I like the
Yeah.
big.
It's got to be like thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thick
Son,
and long.
bring me a thicker towel. This one won't work. Go tell your mother to get the towel out of the dryer. I did get voted President's Day of the house. My youngest daughter made a poll.
I was like, what does the work? Okay.
She made a
It
poll.
might be a biased sample.
She made a poll and she made everyone vote.
Really? And you
I
got it.
won.
That's great.
And Holly goes, "Who voted for me?" And I was like, "I did. Nobody else did." Everyone voted.
Well,
Both kids voted for me. Or I guess she voted for me
Poor
and
Holly.
Jackson voted for me.
she's the one that's going to do all the work. We
Right.
know.
I was like, well, look, I voted for you. I know.
That's kind of awesome that she's interested enough in the election, though, that she did that.
She did. She wrote little pieces of paper with everybody's name on it, brought them around to everyone. Like, make a check mark by the name you want.
Now, did anybody, were the results independently verified, or?
No, there might have been a hanging chad.
Oh, I just need to like do a follow up for Stanky Creek. I've officially lost all the toenails that were loosened
Nice.
during that race.
And they're growing back now.
And now they're growing back. I lost 5. It's the most
Wow.
I've ever lost in a
5
race.
toenails.
And you did the 50K?
I did.
Wow.
I did.
That's impressive. Running a 50K there on a 10-mile loop is pretty.
Shitty. I'll just fill in the blank on that one.
It's
Let's
hard.
just jump to the end of that story.
I got your adjective right here.
Oh gosh.
It's such a nasty thing. I mean, she's like, here it is. It fell off. I'm like, that's the whole toenail, the whole thing. I mean, it's like the size of a small dinner plate. It's just like,
A saucer.
like you
A
gotta,
saucer.
Yeah, I sent my mom a picture of one of them. She's like, well, I didn't know the root of the toenail looked like that. I'm like, yep.
Oh boy, that hurts.
Yep.
My toes are crinkled up in my shoes.
Oh, I'm
right
gonna
now.
send out a nice Christmas card to Peter Mellon and y'all that all told me I could do it. It was okay.
You should do that. Not me. I didn't say
I
that.
don't want it.
Wilson's already suffered enough.
Oh, he like started gagging. He's that cough gag thing he does.
But you signed up for Sylamore, so
25K.
okay.
I'm running with Melissa.
Well,
It'll be
that's
her
still-
first time at Sylamore, so we're gonna run it together.
That
That's not
is
an easy thing.
exciting.
You signed up for the 25?
I did.
I haven't run the 25 since my very first year doing it in the snow and ice. That was my first time and only time doing 25. So that'll be fun to do that. Be more relaxed.
It is fun. It is. It's nice.
Way more relaxed.
There's a lot to be said for it.
Cheer everybody on. Chill out.
You know,
Yeah.
and that is a race that I will truly, I mean, short of, the pandemic just getting way out of hand, even if it's still a thing, I would still be comfortable out there running.
Mm-hmm. Sylamore has a very special place in my heart.
Yeah, me too.
I will always very, very much love that race and try it again in every year if I can.
You know,
Hoodie number 10?
number 10.
This will be number, what, 7 for us or 8? 7?
I don't know. There'll
I think
be
it's
that
7.
many.
I counted the sweatshirts that I had compared to Vaughn's, and it was either 7. Let me look at his little post. I think we have 7 sweatshirts.
I have 9 right now.
I would
so
say 6.
I think I'm on 4 or 5.
Let's see.
I missed a year, and I hate that I missed that year.
I would say.
Is that, I know we talk about this every time we talk about Sylamore. Is that when
Either
you broke your
5 or
foot?
6.
1.
I think it was 2014.
6.
Well, 6.
And I think it was right around. There was a lot of stress
Oh,
going
work
on
stuff. Yeah.
with the gym and stuff, and I was like, I just couldn't do it.
I'm with you.
I didn't have any money or something, and but also I went through and I don't have a result for 2017, but I have the sweatshirt, so I don't know why. In one of those years I missed, I think it was 2014, but I'm pretty sure I was there in 2017. But I don't have a result for either 2014 or 2017, but I have the sweatshirt. So I don't know why my result isn't in 2017.
I'm sitting here trying to go through.
I know that you were there in 2017.
Me too.
I know
Yeah.
that you. I mean,
Yeah.
you've been there every year that I've been
Yeah,
there.
Yes, you've been there.
and again, I have the sweatshirt.
Yeah, you were there.
But I don't have a result. I can't find my result.
Katie's mad at us that are running the 25K. She says we're ruining her fun. She likes hitting all the aid stations.
Well, I'll be there. I got you. I'm doing the 50K.
Yeah, I'm doing the 50K.
And Holly and the kids are going this year. I'm excited
good.
about that. Yeah.
That'll be
That'll be
awesome.
What was I going to say? Oh, so in 10 years of signing up for this thing, I was the most nervous I've ever been signing up. Like Brian was texting me. It's like, don't forget to sign into PayPal. I was like, I'm already signed into PayPal. I'm sitting here, hitting refresh. I know for a fact there's going to be an application error here in just a second, and that's going to last for 10 seconds. But when that thing lasted for 10 seconds, I was like, and I'm hitting refresh, Control F5 or Control Shift R or whatever.
And I finally went back to the homepage and then clicked the link again.
did too.
And went to a different page.
So my process was, I was like, okay, maybe I should go back to the homepage. I'm sitting here while I'm refreshing. Maybe I should go back to the homepage. But what if I do that and then it starts working and then I put myself behind and I'm clicking and finally it comes up. And I was literally like shaking.
I was too.
I always shake.
Like I was trying to type my name in. I couldn't even type my name. I was like, I can type really good. And I was like, oh, I spelled that wrong and put my name. There's not a S in there.
And Amanda was talking about how she had to use a different credit card that she didn't have memorized.
That
so
would've-
she would have to.
that would
have to like look
There's
at her
no
card.
way.
Jeez.
There's no way I would have been able to do that. That's why the sign into PayPal is a pro tip, because it just went to PayPal and I checked my checking account and it was gone. I was done.
Well, I was like having a problem with you guys. I was refreshing. It was saying like error. And I'm just like, no, I texted y'all. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even get it to open. I was like, whoa! So I was already shaking, and that got me like really nervous.
You texted during that? You texted
in Slack,
We
in
were-
the
yeah,
middle
we
of
were-
Slack,
man.
and I was like, y'all, I can't get this in.
And then I posted it in the link.
Yeah, and I kept hitting refresh because I was at work on my work computer, and it finally, I don't know if it just took a minute, if like everybody got in at once. So I was like, sitting there filling in. I was like, I'm not even gonna get it, you guys. And I was like shaking. I was like spelling my name wrong. I kept putting a Mamba instead of Amanda. And I was just like, oh, I'm just going to have to be Amanda.
Yeah, and they wanted to, Holly and Murphy were downstairs. They wanted to go eat lunch. They were like, "Are you done yet?" Like,
Shut up!
We're gonna go. And I was like,
Shut up!
Please wait just a minute. This is very important.
Yeah, Katie managed to find something to do elsewhere in the house during that 10-minute period where I was registering. She knew that it was a stressful moment.
So we were at work, and that my coverage for second shift had just come in. I was like, I'm just letting you guys know I will disappear from 12:59 to about 13:05.
I will
just
still
letting
be
you know.
here, but
I'm
I'm
not here. I was like, I don't care
care
what
if
kind of
somebody's
code they
coding.
call. I'm not going. Don't call. Don't transfer calls to me. And I was just like,
It's really funny. It's awesome how popular that race is.
Yeah.
become.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like I was at Sam's on Saturday. We were shopping and we were walking out, and I had my green hoodie on from last year, and this lady came up to me and goes, "Hey, I was wondering about that race and what the elevation is," and I was like, "I have no idea. Like, I don't know what the number is."
I have a Chronos watch. I can't pull that up right now.
If I had my Garmin, I'd tell you. But otherwise, I don't know how to use.
Let me
this
search it on the internet. Oh, my phone doesn't have internet.
And I said, I don't know, but it's hard. It's not easy. And she goes, "Well, I think registration opens up pretty soon." And I was like, "Tomorrow at 1:00, and you better be ready." And she was like,
And that's the thing. I don't think people take it seriously.
No.
So Crystal got in, but her friend Jeff didn't get in. And I think it was
I think
he
you
wasn't
said-
sitting
yeah.
there hitting refresh.
If you don't know, you have
Yeah.
no idea. Like people, "Oh yeah, I'll be ready. I'll get on there and register." But literally 30 seconds. You have a 30-second window to sign.
Well,
up.
it's always every year you kind of post, and I'm like, stop telling people.
that was my thought too. It's like, why are you reminding people?
I know. I feel the same way.
I just wanted to
I was
go on
thinking
there,
of that.
delete Vaughn's post,
that
shut
thought,
up.
that thought crossed my mind.
It's like, stop it, stop telling people.
Maybe I should just quit saying things. No, because I'm the reason that race is filling up so fast. I'm sure that's what
Clearly.
It is. It's all
That has
Vaughn.
to be it.
If it wasn't for me, there'd probably be 50 people in there. And nobody, it wouldn't even sell out.
Last year, Grayson had a abscessed tooth, and we're in the parking lot of the dentist office waiting to get
Oh
it
yeah,
pulled.
that's right.
And I'm like, "Your tooth is gonna have to wait, man. You're gonna have to tough it out. We'll go in there as soon as this is over."
Last year, I was not driving. I was in a car being driven back from a Give Camp steering committee lunch, and my buddy's talking to me, and I was like, "Hold on," and he's like,
On your phone? You did it on your phone?
I did.
There's no
We're-
way I'd do
we're-
it on my phone.
I can
Hell
remember
no.
exactly where I was. We were going down Sam Cooper. We had just gotten where Sam Cooper turns into actual raised highway or whatever, and he's talking to me, and I was like, hold on, and so I'm typing, and he keeps talking. I was like, I'm seriously need to shut up for 2 minutes. I need to focus. I'm not listening to you. And I'm like,
There is zero chance I would try to do
No
that
way.
on my phone.
Yeah. I mean, I need my space. I need a cut man.
Everybody
I need
be
somebody
out
in
of the
my
room. I
corner
need
to
this.
towel me off and get me ready.
I
Grayson
need
came
an
in
extra computer in case
in case
this
something
one
goes
doesn't
wrong.
work.
I
need to
thought
be able
about
to-
that
did you have the backup Mac in case the PC didn't do it for you?
for when the Windows doesn't work.
If my Windows blue screens, I can just switch over.
You said you knew that it was gonna 404 for 10 seconds, or you knew
Yeah,
that
it does
It
that
does
every
that
year.
every year.
Yeah, because
Is-
what he does is, this year he did it a little bit differently, but usually there's the application page, and there's the placeholder page that tells you, hey, registration's opening, and usually what he does is he literally goes onto the server and he renames that file, and when he renames that to something else, you're hitting refresh and you're getting the equivalent of a 404 error. You're getting ASP.NET's fancy 404 error. And then he renames the actual registration page back to the page that you're hitting refresh on. But this year, he fucked everybody and he switched page names.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Is that why it took longer?
That's why I had to post a link in, because I was on the applicant page and hitting refresh and it never came back. And then when I went to the home page,
So that's
after the error came up, I went to the home page and then I clicked the click here for registration.
Okay.
I didn't
And
think
it
I
took
ever-
me to a different.
because that's what I did. Because I kept
It
hitting
was
refresh.
it was applicant
And hit home.
POCA.ASPX.
Huh. I don't think I went back to the home page.
I did because I was doing
I don't
everything. I was doing everything in a
maybe I
panic,
did
trying to
'cause
get
I
it
definitely
done.
thought about it. Yeah. Huh.
Anyway, I'm glad we got
she,
in.
She was like, I can't get in.
I can't
And
get
then
in. I hit home.
I posted the link really quick because I just realized I was like, oh,
Because I was like,
sneaky
I
bastard.
can't do this on the phone. I hit home again and hit it, and it went up. And I was like, thank God, because I didn't have to flip over to my phone on Brian's link if it hadn't worked, but it did. But yeah, I noticed when I hit home again, it had changed. And
Yeah. Anyways.
I brought up universal time with the seconds ticking, and so I could hit it like right when it hit. Well, then that started to lock up, and my fan came on my computer, and I was like, I'm going to lock my friggin'. I'm going to have too many processes running. I'm going to lock my fan up. And then Grayson comes downstairs, and he's talking. I'm like, and he's like, like, There's still like 3 minutes left. I still have plenty of time, but I'm sure it takes a year off my life. The registration for Sylamore, every year that I run it, between signing up and running the thing, has to take at least a year and a half off my life.
But that's an amazing run.
It really is.
oh, it is.
Yeah, you
Still.
can't beat it. I mean, it is right up there with Big Hill Pond, and it's seriously
we're back.
It's good. I wonder if all 200.
But luckily, PayPal was like, it's not going to work on this one. You have to use your checking account. And I was just like, go.
Yeah.
Well, I told Spencer that he's probably signed up as like sponsor Lurie.
Right.
He's probably like 12 years old, just because I had all his information on my phone,
who cares?
I was just like,
Yeah,
just get another person.
I also had this fear where it's like, did I sign up for the 25K on accident? Did I hit the 50? You have no way of knowing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Well, it
it's
seems like a lot of people would sign up for the 50 on accident.
Yeah, because it's preset on the 50.
It's default to
Yeah,
50.
Yeah, because I had to change it to 25 because I almost missed it because it's just that one little click right there underneath all that agreement stuff, the waiver, and it's like 50K.
I almost signed up for the 50.
Brian Williams didn't get in. Anthony Lane didn't get in. I feel like these are veteran
Oh, no.
runners that are like,
Yeah.
what was their? I wonder what their process was like. Like, because I feel like our process is very obsessive. Like, there's no way we're gonna miss this.
Brian Williams probably just knows he's a big deal and just
So
assumes
He just thought
a bib will come
will
to him.
appear.
he'll
Yes.
just get one in the mail.
Exactly. He didn't even have to register. Like it's.
I honestly feel like that. I feel like that probably the Greg. I don't know how close they are, but they know each other.
He'll
on
just be
something.
like, "Oh, Brian Williams." Yeah.
And anybody who has one to give away that's run Big Hill Pond, if they don't know anybody, first place they're going to go to would be Brian. I mean, thanks
Well-
for what you've done for us. Here's my bib.
Brian Williams can probably just walk up to the day before the race to check in and be like, "I'm Brian Williams," and they'll just be like, "Oh, well, we'll give you a bib."
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have to sign up for it. You just go,
Yeah.
"Oh, hey, I'm Brian Williams," and they'll be like, "Oh, well, I have a bib for you."
They'll be like, well, this guy's not going to use any of our aid station stuff. He's just going to carry a bottle of water.
Oh,
He's
hi,
just gonna-
Brian. Did you bring your bottle of water? Yeah, I got it right here. Okay, here's
I'll
your
fill it
bib.
up from the creek. It's fine.
That's right.
There's literally no resources used on
I'll
it.
just go underwater when I cross the creek and suck some in. And
He's going to leave them his sweatshirt instead of taking one.
That's right.
yeah, here's your hoodie, guys. I'll have fun tomorrow.
And Sean will be out there on his tricycle for his Achilles and still beat me.
I went over to pick some stuff up from Sean, and he said he was going to do he signed up for the races, for the
April.
St. Jude races, for the 4 of them, the 5K, 10K, half marathon, and marathon, and he said he was going to do them on his scooter.
Oh, my God.
Serious? Yeah. I was like, dude, you're going to do a marathon on that scooter?
He'll do it faster than I could. I know he will.
That scooter, the tires on that thing's going to be like worn down like little pebbles.
He'll bring extra.
Dang.
He'll have
It's
like
so
his,
funny.
Yeah, he'll run with a Camelback with extra wheels in it.
Yep.
You know.
a jack stand, a hydraulic gun. We went down to set up the aid station, and Sean's slinging all this stuff around. We're in his trailer. It's pitch. It's still, the sun hadn't even come up yet, and he's got his tricycle in the back, and we get all the way up this hill, and he's like, I didn't really pay much attention to when I was putting that tricycle in. I guess it's fine. We're like, all right. And we're like, flying all around. He's like, we should probably check the tricycle, make sure it's there. And it wasn't. So I had to walk my fat ass back down
To
the
go
hill.
find it,
And it was
popped out
all,
of there.
it dropped out like right when we started going up the hill.
That's funny. Good times.
Looking back at those Sylamore pictures last year and Vaughn and I crossed at the same time, I still get tickled because we're both laughing where I'm saying, let's hit my balls.
I think you said the water hit my penis.
I can't remember, but it had hit. We were both dying laughing because it just hit right there. It's like, oh.
That's going to
was
be a
pretty
great
funny.
time. You and Katie, y'all both going down. Katie's going down there with us.
Unless
Or
she
going
gets rid
down
of
there?
me in between now and then.
Well, it'll be fun. It will be fun.
Dawn got a cabin across the street from Anglers.
Oh,
okay.
cool. Yeah, okay.
So I think that's where we're going to end up staying this year. Anyways, I think that'll be fun. That's where they do the big campfire and stuff like that, isn't it?
Jack's.
I've never been to the
I don't
campfire.
know where they do the campfire.
They do the campfire at Jack's, wherever that is.
No, that's not Jack's.
I'm always really adamant about going home, like just getting back to. I just want to get
Yeah,
back to the place.
I've never had a desire to go to that campfire.
Yeah.
Well, and see,
Normally,
that's
it's
I'm just so beat
one.
up.
Yeah.
that's part of the thing that it'll be interesting to see whether being across the street changes anything, because I feel like in a good year where we're actually faster than I will be, if I got back from doing the 25K, I'd have time to go shower and then be back for the 50Kers, as opposed to just kind of sitting there in my stink like I usually do. Or finishing after all the 50Kers do, whatever. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm wondering if we will take part in more of the group activity type stuff.
I'm sure that'd be more
being
relaxed because
enclosed.
even with us being in the cabin like 10 minutes away or 15, whatever it is, I still have this like stress. Like, we got to get up. We got to
Yeah.
get
I
there.
do,
We
too.
got to go. We got to get there. And
I got stressed about getting up and down those hills, like with the car. I think I have like PTSD from that first year trying to get up that hill when it was snow and ice. That I do. I worry that we're not going to be able to get
actually
traction
get
on
to
the hill.
Get to the cabin. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's some pretty rugged terrain that we go through to get there. And, in the past when we've crossed that creek
that
bridge.
janky bridge.
that is.
Well, they've
Very-
improved that.
makes
I mean,
me anxious.
it's still, even last year with the improvements, it was still underwater
yeah.
because the creek was so high. Excuse me. But it's a lot better than it was the first couple of years.
Yeah, you're right.
I remember Carol and I driving over that, and I think that was before they had done the other leg of the loop. How we come in kind of the back way.
Did that used to not be there, the back way?
That it's still not on Google. Like Google doesn't recognize that road exists, and so or maybe it did exist, and I just didn't know enough about it. So I was letting Google take me over the bridge that goes over the creek or whatever, and that was scary.
Yeah.
Like even with the bridge not underwater, it was scary.
I think, did we back up? Did we even go over it? I remember
did.
begging you not to.
Yeah. That's why I remember going over it.
I was like, please don't go over this. We're not going to make it.
Because there was the side of me that's like, we're fine. Like, don't worry about it. And then I'm going over it, and I'm like, I'm so scrred. If this doesn't work out, this is not going to.
Oh, that's pretty scary.
I was
the whole
tempted to
road.
try and drive over it last year, but then I'm in my pickup truck and I'm thinking about the back end not being weighted
Heavy,
down,
yeah.
not heavy enough, and I was thinking like the creek was going enough that it would kick the back end around and pull me off the bridge or something. And
Good for you for thinking that way. Because most people that drive trucks think that I'm in a truck.
I can do whatever.
I can do whatever I want. And trucks are the worst. Unless you have four-wheel
if it
drive.
was just a puddle of water, I would fully drive through it, and not think twice about it. But moving water like that,
Yeah.
that was tough. And I think even last year, because there's drains to help the water go under the bridge or whatever, so there was like a little whirlpool on both sides
Oh,
of
yeah,
the bridge.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because it was so high.
It was
and
like
just,
a scary movie.
I could just see my truck like going over and then just getting sucked down into the whirlpool. And
Yeah.
ending up in Narnia or something.
I'm excited because I'll be trained for it
Yeah, you'll have a good run this year.
more than I've been trained in probably the last 10 years.
Well, I saw where you'd post you'd ran 100 miles last month.
I did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 101 miles.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have not.
I was surprised by that. It didn't feel like I'd ran a lot, but I have. It's just getting
Let's see,
easier and
How
easier.
many miles
you
did
know?
I run in October?
Why do I feel like this is going to be? Why do I feel like this is going to be a smart ass comment?
Zero.
Well, I'm signed up for a race, so I guess. Well,
Better
I
start
don't really have to start training
Vaughn,
until
did you see my shoes?
late January.
Vans?
I noticed them when I came in.
I could use some socks, I know, but I got these Vans and they're sweet. Amanda got them for me.
Hell yeah.
Surprise.
Good purchase.
Those
I
like-
like them. I noticed them when I came in.
I got so excited about my Vans that when we were in the kitchen and Andy was in there and Amanda was in there and I was like, Andy may not have been in there, but anyways, I was like skateboarding in them. And then I jumped up to do a
to do an ollie.
kickflip and I almost hurt
Kickflip.
myself.
Yeah.
It looked pretty uncoordinated, I'm pretty sure. I shouldn't have done that.
It's like a whole other dimension than a Croc. It's like if you have dimensions
Yeah.
of cool,
Yeah.
like you are on like a whole nother level.
It's parallel. It's just a different dimension.
Yeah.
It's not any better or worse.
It's
just,
better.
It's just different.
Yeah.
That's the funny. The last few gifts I've gotten you have been shoes. I think trying to get you away from those Crocs.
I everything
wanna talk
my
about
level just
No, he keeps
spans outward. I'm already up there. It just goes out.
I think you should run the 50K in your Crocs.
I think I could see myself doing that. I could get away with it. Not enough traction. That's the only problem. It's the only thing keeping me from it. We're out of time.
Maybe borrow Sean's scooter with your Crocs.
I'm going to let Sean wear at least one Croc. He can on the scooter. He can wear the Croc in memorial or something. I don't know. We're out of time.
I like the Vans.
Thank you.
They're nice.
Lift Heavy Run Long number 195. I think it's 195.
When it's in the books.
Ish.
It's in the book. Take care. 2 weeks from now.
Peace.
Bye.